I want to respond to people defending the Pitt Season 2, especially comments like this one from my last video saying critics of Season 2 just don't understand that Robbie is intentionally flawed and shaped by a broken healthcare system that, again, is intentionally made to make us feel uncomfortable. Now, in my opinion, just because something is intentional in storytelling doesn't automatically make it effective or interesting. It's not that critics of Season 2 don't get how Robbie is intentionally written as a crash out. Most people seem to understand that he's written to be a flawed, even toxic person shaped by the system. To me, the frustration is more to do with the writer's room and their choice to make a 15-episode season around a well-intended but self-destructive white man in power while surrounding him with this diverse cast, women of color, and a heavy social political commentary. Because at a certain point, it starts to feel like those progressive or leftist elements are being co-opted to support Robbie's arc instead of being explored on their own terms, which feels like a writer's room virtue signaling to acquire a status of diverse television while mainly just exploring the plight of a broken, familiar white man. And speaking personally as someone who works in a public system, I actually connect deeply to what the show is trying to do in its themes of worker burnout, or the paradox of trying to repair a broken system from within while being led by people like Robbie, who are often unknowingly perpetuating the very system they claim to critique. And those nuances are why the show is so special to me, because we have an ensemble of characters from all kinds of backgrounds, all navigating those same pressures in the ER and showing what it looks like to be crushed by broken American institutions. However, the problem that I have, and that a lot of people seem to share, is that the show keeps returning to Robbie as the primary lens, but in a very repetitive way. And at a certain point, I just don't think people think he's the most interesting perspective to center on the show. And while I appreciate that the show is unapologetically exploring the orbit of someone going through a mental health crisis and the people affected by it, Robbie-type characters are already extremely over-examined in modern media. Carmy from The Bear comes to mind. If you've seen some of Noah Wiley's recent interviews, you know that there are signs that this show could drift into a vanity project, falling back on a familiar formula of a tragic white male lead, while using its diverse ensemble to get Hollywood acclaim, which again sounds a lot like The Bear right now. And even if Robbie is intentionally written as a sympathetically tragic figure shaped by the American healthcare system, that doesn't automatically make his perspective feel unique or interesting, especially when so many characters remain underexplored on this show. To be clear, this is not a hate post, it's a concern post. You can love something and be critical of it at the same time. That's just called nuance. These characters are like my TV family. I look forward to the show every week that it's on. I can't wait for season 3, but while season 1 felt urgent and novel, season 2 just felt very narrowed into this like martyr narrative that the show never felt comfortable in interrogating.